Hey guys, I'm Eric.
And I'm Grace. We're the Wandering Ravens.
Happy Boxing Day. Since it's Boxing Day, we thought it would be fun to just relax, drink some spiked coffee, and go through a Reddit thread with you guys. I don't think we've done a Reddit reaction in a while.
No, not in a while. And I thought this one especially is a very appropriate way to kick off the new year with just some goodwill and happiness for everyone.
Yes, we're gonna be reading through a thread called What's the Most Typical British Thing That's Made You Irrationally Angry? I guess this will kind of be a test of our own Britishness to see how affected we have been by living in the UK. Well, right now we're in the States, but we've spent a lot of time in the UK.
Yeah.
Are these things that will also trigger us, or will we not understand them because we're American?
I'm guessing it'll be maybe 50-50. Like
50-50.
Half of them will be things that trigger us, and then the other half will be things that we have no clue about.
But before we begin, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel for weekly British culture content. We are a couple of Americans on a quest to learn everything we can about the UK. So if you'd like to follow along and learn with us, and maybe teach us when we do get things wrong, make sure you subscribe.
I'm not sure of mine myself, but my mum had a falling out with my sister last year because on not one, but 2 occasions, my mum popped over for a visit and my sister didn't offer her a cup of tea.
Oh.
I would not personally get offended if someone didn't offer me a cup of tea. Okay, maybe I might.
Yeah, this is an aspect of British culture which has infected our own lives, because on one of our return trips here to the States, we were visiting some friends and they didn't offer us tea when we entered the house. And I did feel like something was missing there. I was like,
something is very wrong here.
something is wrong.
Something does not belong.
Yeah, where's my tea? I said, "You all right?" to a colleague, and they actually told me how they were. Don't they know the rules?
Oh my goodness. I cannot imagine a British person doing this, so was your colleague British?
They must have been an American. Because as we've said in other videos, you all right to an American means, are you okay? You look injured, basically.
Sort of thing, yeah.
Question for you though, let us know what you say when someone asks, you all right? What do you say when someone says you all right?
I might say, fine, thanks.
I hear you're supposed to say, all right, back, you know?
right.
All right, back to
All
them. But I haven't yet figured out how to do that.
It hasn't become automatic for me, so I feel like my answer in the moment is always just spontaneous, and it's never something I repeat.
It's always just something random.
Yeah, it's just something random.
I like turtles!
Exactly. Any sort of queue jumping comes to mind. For some reason, the British take that as much more of a personal insult.
Ooh.
I don't know, I take queue jumping as a personal insult very strongly.
That's true, but you know, something I've noticed is that when it happens in other countries, I don't mind it as much as when it happens in the UK. Something about being in the UK and knowing that people aren't supposed to queue jump makes it worse.
It makes your indignation levels just like rise to a British level.
On our last trip to the UK, we got cut in the queue twice, once in London, once in Leeds, and both times it made me irrationally angry. And it hasn't done that before when it's happened in France and other countries.
Okay, I award you 1 British irrationality angrily point.
Yay! People using twee swear words like cockwomble and shitgibbon.
Shitgibbon?
What? I haven't heard either of these before, so yeah, if you have other twee swear words to share with us, do let us know.
My question is feck one of these? Is it like one of these cowardly swear words?
Oh, saying feck.
Yeah, because I really like the word feck.
And YouTube, don't censor us. We're not saying the actual F word. We're saying Father Ted.
Father Ted! Oh my Father Ted. Not getting a friendly wave off the oncoming car if you're in a passing place. The f***ing liberty. I didn't know you were ever supposed to wave.
This is kind of confusing.
Yeah, this is kind of confusing.
Does this mean like you're in a turning lane, I want to turn left and I'm in a turning lane, and the cars are passing me here. They're not letting me go, they're just passing. Are they supposed to wave?
Or maybe when one of them lets you go, then you wave at them.
Yeah, that makes sense. But this one says if you're in a passing place.
I have no idea what this means.
Let us know. Almost walking into someone, saying sorry to them, and them not saying sorry back.
This has been such a reverse culture shock for us, coming back to the States this time, because I have said sorry so many times to people for accidentally getting in their way, and they don't say it back. They say, oh, you're okay, like almost in a comforting way. I'm like, that's not the answer you're supposed to give.
Yeah, someone did that to me the other day where they bumped into me in the shop And I said sorry because, again, we just came back from the UK, and they responded, no, it's okay.
Yeah, just like that, like kind of in a patronizing way. And I'm like, I just apologized to you unnecessarily.
It was your fault. You were supposed to apologize. So this is a big cultural difference between the States and the UK. Here in America, it's not expected. You don't have to say sorry when you bump into someone. You say, actually, you say, excuse me.
Yeah, you say, excuse me.
Yeah, that's the thing. If in where you guys say sorry, we would always say, excuse me. Which I've been told in the UK is actually an antagonistic thing to say. You're in Waitrose and boom, you hit some old geezer and you say, excuse me. He's going to say, excuse me! Or, you know, he's gonna put up the fisticuffs or something.
The fact that an unremarkable portion of fish and chips can set you back at least a tenner, in my town at least, and that's not even taking into account mushy peas or curry sauce. Whatever happened to the affordable working class chippy tea?
Yes, we have experienced this, and we've found that the cost of a fish and chip dinner varies drastically depending on where in the UK you are. Some places it is like £5. In other places, it's a full-on tenner, if not more.
I will say we have more often than not encountered the tenner fish and chips, which feels really sad.
I was on a plane in the US. I accidentally lent? This is another difference. Here in the States, we would say leaned, not lent.
But we've read this in books before, spelled this way.
So this must be a Britishism. I accidentally leant my seat too far back into the person sitting behind me and said, sorry, expecting her to reply back with, sorry. Bitch instead replied with, it's okay, sweetheart. Her deep southern accent made it sound really passive-aggressive as well. And then the follow-up comment says, it's okay, sweetheart, what a cow. I hope you tutted loudly. Though within the southern vernacular, it's okay, sweetheart is not passive-aggressive. She was being genuine because it was your fault for leaning into her. If she had been being passive-aggressive, she would have said, oh, bless your heart. That's the one.
That's the one. I've got a trolley full of goods in Aldi. It's a Saturday and I'm queuing. A couple asks me if they could go in front of me because they have like one thing. Now, I would absolutely have offered them to go in front of me, but they had the audacity to ask rather than stand awkwardly waiting for me to offer. I felt so much unreasonable internal anger, which I obviously squashed down and let them pass with an, of course, and a fake smile.
This happened to us in Leeds. We went to Morrison's quite frequently, and I want to say on more than one occasion, we were in the queue, and there was someone standing off to the side with one or two things, kind of awkwardly waiting for us to allow them to go in front of us.
Is that what they were doing?
Do you remember?
I have no idea. Yeah, but I remember it happening.
Yeah, and I was very confused because I was thinking, are you trying to cut in line? But they weren't cutting in line, and they were just kind of like holding their one bag of chips and
standing there like
looking at me pathetically.
I didn't let them go before.
Me neither. Yeah, I was like, queue's back here, mate.
Oh no, now I feel bad.
I wouldn't say irrationally angry, but I just don't get the obsession with a roast on a Sunday. Every fucking Sunday?
I get it. It sounds so good though.
This is interesting because this is him actually being irrationally angry at a British tradition.
This is like a British institution. How can you get angry at having like a good cut of meat and mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes and gravy and Yorkshire puds? Speaking of Sunday roasts, if you guys want to see us absolutely crushing making our first Sunday roast, click this video here.
Drivers not waving at you for letting them through. Oh, that does get me angry. Yeah, because we're from Seattle, and in Seattle, the wave culture is strong in cars. So whenever a car lets you on, you have to wave, and if you let them on.
And if you just feel like waving, you can also do that. Yeah. Not me, but my Nana won on the bingo. Few hundred quid at the most. As a gift, she bought her sister, who used to go with her, a bouquet of flowers. Her sister told her she'd rather have had the money, and they fell out over it.
Ooh.
Her sister sounds like a horrible person.
Sounds like this was a falling out that was waiting to happen. The size of our parking spaces. Our lives would be so much easier if they were just a few inches wider.
That's what she said.
A few inches? Oh my god.
I don't know, maybe she likes some girthy.
Some painful parking going on there. Woo!
Oh man.
But yeah, we experienced this because on this last trip to the UK, I drove for the first time, which was a mental experience. There is a video about it on our Patreon. If you haven't seen that, patrons, do check it out. But it was very difficult to park there because of how tiny the parking spaces were. Here, it's like you're swimming in space. But then of course the car is massive as well, and so it kind of cancels out, I guess. Yeah.
Jogging past someone coming towards me on a public track at an appropriate distance in deeply rural England, saying hello with eye contact and getting blanked. This happened to me so many times.
Really?
When I was jogging in England. And you know, you just look at them and kind of your eyes do a little smile because that's all they can see when you're wearing a mask, but there's nothing there.
How many people harp on about Blitz spirit and talk about the world wars as if they themselves were on the front line? No, Karen. The only line you're at the front of is the Boxing Day sale at Next because you camped overnight to save a $5. Get in the sea, you entitled cretin.
Oh my.
Hey, Boxing Day though.
Boxing Day, what a coincidence. What is Next? I have no idea what this Next is. I've never seen a store called
I haven't
Next.
seen this store either.
So what is it?
And what is the Blitz spirit? Because that's something I haven't heard about either. Is that just the whole stiff upper lip thing? In the States, we have something which might be equivalent. We call it the depression mentality, which doesn't mean that we're all depressed. It's simply that those, that too, to be fair. But it's about the generation that grew up during the Great Depression and how they really had a tendency to save everything, whether it be coffee cans or used Christmas wrapping paper, just extremely frugal and saving everything because you never know when you might need it. So if you know what the Blitz spirit is, make sure you let us know down in the comments.
When Americans say we have nasty teeth, it makes me feel uglier than I already feel. Oh no, I'm sorry anyone said that to you.
This is true though. If you ask Americans for British stereotypes, what'll come up? Ugly teeth?
Bad food.
Bad food, yeah, those two things. But I actually kind of like it, that how...
The ugly teeth?
The ugly teeth. Well, here in the States, there's such an emphasis on teeth being straight, which, you know, dentures are expensive. How much rum did we put in that coffee? What I mean is that here in the States, there's such an emphasis on having unnaturally straight and perfect teeth that if you're someone that doesn't, like me, then you feel very self-conscious. But in the UK, natural teeth are kind of fine. Like maybe because of the tea drinking culture in the UK, people have kind of just accepted that the natural teeth color is somewhere between opaque and yellow. Oh my God. And so you don't have to feel bad for not having these pearly, unnatural whites. Yeah.
Now we're gonna turn the conversation over to you. What are things that make you irrationally angry? Let us know in the comments below so that we know exactly what not to do when we go back to the UK.
Or what to do, depending on the circumstance. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. We post videos at least once a week and use this channel to explore all different facets of British culture.
As always, thank you so much to each and every one of our patrons, and we will see all of you in the next video.
Laters.